This is the Big O Show.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding. With more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes, Welton Rayom is committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. They handle complex personal injury claims caused by the fault of another in both state and federal courts. They handle auto, trucking, motorcycle, slip and fall, and bicycle accidents. Call 954-966-4646. That's 954-966-4646. Welton Rayom can help.
Jamming, I wanna jam it with you. Jamming, and I wanna like jamming too. Yo, this is Steve Marley, yo. And on May the 4th, I'll be in Immokalee at the Seminole Casino Hotel with the legendary Inner Circle. See? We see you there. Rastafari love. And I'm jamming with you, yeah. Jamming, yeah. And I'm jamming too, yeah.
The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
All right. We are back. Third show of the day. We will have one more after the 7th round. This is maniacal. This is crazy. Dolphins had 2 selections in the 6th round. I told you it would come on after the 2nd selection. Malik Washington, the wide receiver out of Virginia. We got to see him a little bit as ACC people here. We got the Canes, those of us that are Canes fans. And Patrick McMorris, the safety out of California. By the way, you notice how they go for their safeties. They go west, young man. They got Holland. They got the other guy, the third or whatever. They also got him from the West Coast, right? They kind of like going out west for their safeties. So, so McMorris out of California. Let's see what we got. And this is brand new on the phones. Here we go. Washington was solid college slot. Not overly big or fast. McMorris is a San Diego State transfer to Cal. Strong safety type. Lacks speed and misses many tackles. Here's another one. Washington, I like. Small but strong runner after catch. Tough. Will be a good complement to Hill and Waddle. McMorris, he doesn't know much about, can't speak on him. So he was being honest. I got nothing on. Sometimes you only scout a certain group of players or positions or things like that, and you don't necessarily, work on those players, so you don't have the info on certain players. Sometimes you'll get info from some of your other scouts because you'll pick up on that. But remember, safety was something that was going to be on target. And by the way, this fits what you want to do because Holland will play center field. They don't need him to play center field. They need him to play closer to the football and play against the run. By the way, there's all this stuff going on out there on social media, and I don't even know why I read some of it, but it drives me crazy. And the whole Jalen Wright thing, I want you to understand what's going on, okay, one more time. For those of you that maybe are new to tuning in, what they're trying to do is you had Mostert and Achane banged up by the end of the year. They're not big backs. This is a speed offense. Okay, so if you don't bring speed to it, he doesn't want you here. He's already proven that. He doesn't want Gesicki. He doesn't want Claypool. He couldn't get Cedric Wilson. He wants quick twitch players. Okay, that's how it is. So unless he finds a big twitch player that is fast, he's not going to add him. And Jonnu's one of the 3 fastest tight ends in the NFL. So he added one of the fastest players at that position to his offense because this is what he demands. This is how he wants it. It's his offense, dude. I'm not telling you. I'm just going by what they do. Okay, so now when you're running an offense and you're running Mostert and Achane, and then they get banged up towards the end of the year and you got to use Jeff Wilson or Brooks or anybody else, they're not Mostert and Achane. They don't bring that speed. Guess who does? Jalen Wright. So that way, instead, now you rotate 3 guys, okay? And then you can keep Mostert fresher. You can keep Achane fresher because Jalen Wright can run the exact same offense. You're not going to turn the corner as Jeff Wilson compared to Achane, Mostert, and Jalen Wright. These are all Blazers. So this is what you want in your offense. And that's the reason there's a method to the madness, but you have to understand. And then at the end of the year, you know, because I saw Perk, well, wait a minute, they've invested in these backs the last couple of years. Yeah, exactly. And there's a role for Brooks. He'll be the 4th guy, and he'll give you short yardage and help you in other ways, but he can't run what these guys run because he's not that guy. So then what they did was, Wilson's days are pretty much numbered unless they keep 5. And I don't know if they'll keep 5 this time around now, because if you keep Jalen Wright, then you don't need to keep around the Ahmeds and you don't keep around the Jeff Wilsons. So you keep the 4. I think the 5th position now is kind of in the gray right now because he's kind of told you what he wants to do. And he doesn't want to really alter from that. He wants to stay in the offense. So if the other guy gets banged up, I can use Jalen a little bit more. If this guy, well, then I can use Achane. If I can use, that's how it's going to go. So there's a reason why he was acquired, because you were injured at the end of the year, because these aren't big backs. You know, I retweeted back to Perk, like, you know, this is how football is. It's not a bell cow thing anymore. We have to kind of erase that. Bell cows, you know, the Derrick Henry stuff, that's freakish. You can do that because it's Derrick Henry and he's super durable. So he can take all the punishment and he delivers it. But most guys can't do that anymore. So now you use a rotation. They didn't have enough of a speed rotation. Now they've got 3 guys that can run like the wind and can catch. And so now Malik Washington, you know, he does a lot of like Tyreek stuff. Did you notice? It's kind of like a Tyreek light. Is what, because he's not as fast as Tyreek, but he's physical. He can run in traffic. He's a guy that has good hands. So you're talking about a guy that kind of does some of those things, and he'll be a really nice complement, looks like it, to these guys as a slot guy. And I don't know what this means now for Odell Beckham, actually. We'll see how this kid starts to develop. But if you're Odell Beckham, you're like, yeah, that's not good that they got that guy, because that kind of changes things. And then Patrick McMorris, I will find out. I will hopefully find out something for you guys on Patrick McMorris overall. But you knew they were going to get a safety, and they were going to get a safety that's closer to strong to kind of complement and be more of a guy that's kind of a tweener between a linebacker and a safety, and that's what this guy kind of sounds like. So we'll see. You know, the offense that Weaver runs may be just like in Baltimore with three safeties. So this kid might be competing for that third safety spot, special teamer, that kind of stuff. Let's see. Steven Gonzalez, third show needs one more. Can you imagine next year with compensatory picks? Yeah, but I'll wait till the end of it. You know, hopefully next year, Steven, I'm at a bar and I'm just going straight through, and then we'll have guests and all kinds of stuff to kind of help out. You know, and remember, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Support the show. Even make a Bitcoin donation. Cash App or Venmo. Cash Big O Show. That's Cash Big O Show. And, of course, Super Chats are there. DJ Gallagher, more shitty, not smaller. Sanders, I recall, wasn't huge, or Peyton. McDaniel is creating the greatest RB speed in NFL history. It's all about fast offense. Everything. Tight end. You now have a fast tight. There's no excuse now not to use the tight end. Jonnu Smith is a deer. And now you've got, obviously, receivers galore that can run around, and then you've got all the running backs. It's a pain in the ass offense to stay with. Yeah. And that's what McDaniel's doing, and he wants to have a rotation of players that can play off of it. This is a kid that looks like he can play off the slot, and he's physical. And so if he's physical, that's good for Tua. You got a guy that can get open. So between him and Berrios, you've got like depth there now. You know, you hope. Of course, you hope, because he's a 6th-round pick. You hope he develops, and because it's kind of what you're envisioning. You know what I'm saying? McMorris might be more special teams, probably. But he's going to compete for a safety spot. There's no doubt about it. He won't compete for a free safety spot, but he'll compete for one of the strong safety spots for sure. They'll put him out there. They got to try him. You know what I mean? If Weaver's going to run 3 safeties, he's going to have to experiment with Elijah Campbell or any of the guys that they have there. Vernon the third or whatever. Remember the other guy from out west? Whatever it is, although he's kind of smallish. You're going to have to experiment with a couple of those guys as the third safety. Or unless you're going to get a corner that you're going to convert to safety and experiment that way. Or maybe Weaver doesn't run the same defense. Maybe Weaver doesn't run a 3 safety type defense. I don't know. We'll see. I like the hat with the old Dolphins. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Thank you. Gotta switch up the hats on the shows. We had the Hall of Fame one. In the other one, we had the Zach Thomas. So I figured I'd switch them up at least. So for every show, we'd have something a little different. Jose says they have no confidence in a Chan as a pass catcher with the right pick. No, dude. It's about depth, dude. A Chan and Mostert were banged up at the end of the year, doggy. They got right, so they have 3 guys to run the offense because none of them are bell cows. So you're not giving any of these guys 20-plus carries. So you want to keep them all probably in the 10 to 15 range, and you want to keep them catching probably 4 to 7 passes. So you're keeping them somewhere under the 20 touches is what you want to do in a perfect world. And then you keep all 3 of them fresh, and you're attacking defenses with fresh speed legs. And that way you have more of a rotation. This isn't about an insult of another player or thinking of anything. This is how you better your football team, and you come at them. You go get another pass rusher in Mohamed Kamara. You get Chop Robinson, even though you have Shaq, even though you're waiting for Phillips, even though you're waiting for Chubb, you go out and get an extra guy. So even when they do come back, now you've got a rotation of 5 freaking guys that you can keep Chubb and Phillips fresh. So now you don't have to, hopefully you don't have to hurry them up early. You can have a rotation of Shaq and Chop and Mohammed kind of going on with maybe 1 or 2 veterans along as you bring in Chubb and Phillips, and you bring them along slowly so you can build up piecemeal their reps. So by the end of the year, they're hopefully a little better. They're not going to be there at their best. By 2025 is when you'll see them back to normal. But hopefully you have them fresh enough, strong enough to help you out, for the playoffs. Better now, stronger now, much better now. Okay? Just think Nitzareb. That's all. I know I lost 99% of you right now with that one. Let's see. Big O, the Brooks and Ahmed experiment. No. Brooks, I think, will be your last back, but he has a role. Not like Wright. Wright fits what you do with the other 2 guys. So it's a little different. So now if you need a short yardage back, something like that, Brooks may be the guy. That's what's going to end up happening. The Ahmed thing is over, and I think Jeff Wilson, I think his days are numbered also. Okay? I love the draft. If you ask me for a grade, I'll go A-. I love the guys. In the end, if you had a few more picks, that would have been great. But I love that they actually moved into the draft from next year into right now. That was good. Chan got hurt on a special teams play where he shouldn't have been on the field running down a kickoff. He got hurt during poor play. Well, you don't have a lot of people, dude. And you got to use them. And now you're going to use Jalen Wright in that role too. You won't have running backs tired at the end of the year with good rotation like the edge. Yeah. And Mostert didn't get hurt on special teams. He got hurt running the ball. There's no excuses, my brother. It's called football. And you just got to play the game. And unfortunately, there's going to be a lot of injuries. It's just that the Dolphins have had way too many the last 2 years. We've just had a lot of bad luck. But I don't think it's anything that it's outside of the Chubb one, that it's this huge mismanagement thing. Oscar says the idea is speed receivers get open quicker and out of the routes quicker. Therefore, Tua can get the ball out of his hands a lot faster with fewer sacks. Same recipe, but with more ingredients. Wow. It's awesome. And intelligent fans, actually, I get it, are pretty cool. So, Fern Fins 2021. You are welcome, sir. Thank you. Let's see. I was at every game he was. Okay. Big O, that hat is fire. Thank you. Thank you. When I realized he was immediately, I don't know what that is. Okay. Will Miami trade Wilson? Nobody will want Wilson, bro. They'll cut him if anything. Nobody's going to want him, dude. He's not going to have that kind of value. None of my guys have chimed in. Only 2 so far on Washington and McMorris. Okay. I am waiting to get some word from other peoples out there. Let me see, by the way, here a second. Just out of curiosity, might as well check it out and see what was said. On Kamara, like if you go to ESPN, it says Kamara's a relentless pass rusher who had 13 sacks in 2023 and can win with speed off the edge. He uses jab steps to get offensive linemen off balance, then attacks the inside or outside shoulder. His quick first step and active hands make him an effective interior pass rusher too. Kamara began his college career at outside linebacker, so he can drop into coverage and even spy quarterbacks. Josh Allen. He also has a low center of gravity and explosive power to stand up bigger blockers as a run defender. He flashes the ability to slip blocks and closes well in pursuit, and Kamara's instinctive and locates the ball quickly. 6'1", 248 out of Colorado State, Mohamed Kamara. And then, where are we at here? In the 6th round, we had a couple of picks, obviously. Patrick McMorris, okay? McMorris is a San Diego State transfer who had good size and 86 tackles his only season at Cal. He can play high, over the slot, and at linebacker depth. So if they figure he can play linebacker there, what am I telling you about strong safety? Not linebacker, but strong safety. He's quick to read and react off man and zone looks. Kind of short on their review. And then Malik Washington. Washington led the FBS and broke ACC single records with 110 catches in 2023. He has the acumen, burst, and change of direction to get open slot. When he gets a two-way go working out on the slot, Washington reaches his top-end speed quickly, makes defenders miss, and has contact balance to break tackles after the catch. I saw a bunch of those highlights, and I've seen the kid play. He's a short target with shorter arms, but makes contested catches over the middle with good body control, which is very important. He adjusts to passes thrown outside his frame and rarely drops balls he gets his hands on. So that's the scouting report on the last 3 guys that have been chosen here by the Miami Dolphins. So, by the way, we got well over 300 people now. And please smash the hell out of the like button. It's very important, man. You get that thing going and the algorithm's going. What's the grade? What's the grade so far? Grades are ridiculous now because we got to wait a couple of years. We all know that. But, are you satisfied? You love it? You hate it? What does the Dolphin Nation say right now? Ray Rodriguez, thank you, sir, for the love on the super chat. Very kind. Which player so far you like the most? Chop. Chop's the guy I'm super psyched out about. Because I think he's from what my guys tell me, he's a starting defensive end. He's a pass rusher. They think he's going to turn into a nasty pass rusher. They think he's just like a child right now. Like he is just scratching the surface of what he's going to be. I'll go with the people that get paid to do this shit all the time. And when they tell me they're not good, then I'll go with the people that get paid. And when they tell me they love them, I'm going to tell you I'm going to go with the people that get paid. Either way, they freaking love this kid, Chop. They got me super psyched about Chop. So that's the guy that's got me going because if he does, Ray, think about this, dude. We're waiting for Chubb and we're waiting for Jalen Phillips to come back. If Chop is real, then all of a sudden you have a 3-headed monster with Shaq Barrett being a veteran that can, contribute and play off of those guys now. And I'm super excited about that because if you can add a pass rusher, you need to knock the shit out of Josh Allen in this division. So if Mohamed Kamara is the maniac that he looks like on tape, then unleash Mohamed, unleash Chop, unleash Shaq, and let's get after the quarterback, dude. But Chop is the guy I'm super pumped up about because of the reviews that I got. Everybody loves the guy, dude. They love the guy. So that's the guy they've got me psyched up about. The safety is slow. Yeah. Some safeties aren't necessarily fast. That's why they play closer to the line. It's about angles. It's about intelligence. What else do we have here? Jermaine goes B+. Greg Souza goes C. DJ Gallagher goes A-. JM Santos goes B. Where are the impact players? So you knew Achan was the impact player last year. Huh? V21? Like right away, you knew Achan was you knew it, right? You told us all last year. When they drafted him, you said, wait till you see Achan. He's going to go, even though you were probably mispronouncing his name at that time, going A-Chain, but you knew he was going to average 11 yards a carry, right? You knew it, dude. You knew it right away. In fact, when they drafted Javon Holland, you knew he was a stud right away. Diego Sanchez. He's in the south side of Brooklyn, he wants you to know. Okay? B+. Jimmy Satterfield is a B. Gonzo is going B. Neil Finn, B. SFM Golf, I say B+. Have to wait and see. Very true. Let's see. Randy, let's see. Kikai P, A-. MDC, B+. Let's see. The Drew says the draft was good. Ray Rodriguez says right on. I like the pick as well. Ryan AP says I'm good with the pick. Lord Warden says most talented team we've had since the Marino era. Hits more than any regime in 20 years and wins trades. We get snake bit on injuries, so address the depth. We are good. We are in good hands. Lord Warden, thank you for the common sense, my brother. That's the kind of people I like here. Jim Gleason, solid A in my opinion. Another good draft by Greer. Now I feel Miami has improved its roster. It will be a better team than last year. It will be. Just give me a little health and they'll be better. You know? Let's see. You know the problem with the fan base? No patience whatsoever. Nope. None, nada. What else? Ragin says a B+. The Warden gives it a B. No Richardson, no Rozier, no Butler, and now no Wright. But South Florida Souls got an A. J.C. Clausen, B+. Hoke Long is B+. Dougie 2 _ ETH is a B+. By the way, ETH is pumping on crypto right now. Not exactly sure why, but it's pumping. Let's see. Yo, it's Snags coming from Canada and a hug. And a huge Finns fan. I give them, I have to give the draft an eh. Big Nick, South Florida accountability. He's in the house. Big O, what's your least favorite pick? The third round. Our effing owner cost it. So, yeah. Yeah, that moron cost us the third round. That's the one I hate. The one that I'm like, first, second, fourth, fifth, 2, 6, and a 7 coming up. Yeah, I hate that I don't have a third, my brother. That's the one I hate. We should have a third-round pick right now. And the draft would look even better if we didn't have 2 idiot owners thinking that they are personnel directors. So, yeah, that would be the one, bro. That's my least favorite right now. Jamie Ria is in San Jose. Don't forget, please smash the hell out of the like button out there. He says, this looks like a good draft group. Only time will tell how they develop. I'm also interested to see what undrafted free agents they get. Yep. Very good point. They always find a gems somewhere there. So I'm with you. The Drew misses Van Gink. Mountain Man Fishing gives it an A. Tony Zags is a B. Oscar Rojas, B. Big O, a homer. Yep, that's me. That's me. When I say something negative, I'm a hater. And when I say something positive, I'm a homer. That's just the way it is. May not be because I actually am telling you what I feel like, but that's all right. I don't know much about all the new players because I don't watch much college football, mostly UM, but I trust in this front office, so I'll give them an A. That's what Jafrod says. Big D gives him a B. Pittsburgh did great. Yeah, they did, actually. You know what? I hate to say it. Good move by the Jets getting the Florida State kid, Travis Jordan. Or is it Jordan Travis? Tomato, vice versa, whatever it is. That's a great gamble at that time in the draft. And I hated that New England got the quarterback in May because I'm a May fan. I've been a May fan. And I know some people don't like him, but I think he's a perfect pocket passer for the NFL. We'll see if he hits, but I hate that New England got him, dude. I got to say. Hate it. Hate it. I thought the Raiders did pretty good too, by the way. And for those that follow college football, all of these guys have tremendous upsides. Really excited about Jalen Wright. I'm a Tennessee Volunteer guy, and this guy was the best player on offense. There you go. There you go. A Vols fan. Greg Souza says, yeah, if we had that third, maybe we could have gotten Junior Colson, a big physical linebacker, a top-rated linebacker that the Chargers got in the third. Chargers are going to have a hard time this year, bro. They got a lot of turnover. It's going to be rough. But that's kind of the way it goes when you have a new coach, a new scheme, and you release a bunch of people. This front office is great, almost unbelievable. If McDaniel takes the next step, Miami will to greatness. I agree. Raiders are short at QB. Yeah. Yep. And let me see. It's not crazy to think we built depth with the draft and filled gaps in free agency and unrestricted free agency. Exactly. Yes. You nailed it, dude. You nailed it. All right. So there you go. So far, Chop Robinson, first-round pick, second-round pick, Patrick Paul, offensive tackle, Houston. Then you got Jalen Wright out of Tennessee, the running back, Mohamed Kamara, pass rusher out of Colorado State. Dude had 30 sacks, man. I don't care what level it is, and Colorado State is not like this terrible football level. 30 sacks and a half is no joke. You got a nose for getting after the quarterback. The Malik Washington kid, he does a lot of Tyreek Hill stuff. Did you notice in the highlights that they put together that they were passing around? He does a lot of Tyreek stuff. He's like Tyreek light. Nobody's Tyreek. Nobody ever will be Tyreek. Hopefully we don't ever get another guy off to feel like Tyreek either. But he has a lot of the Tyreek qualities in him. It's interesting. When you see the highlight packages, it's a lot of the stuff that they make Tyreek do in this offense. So it's kind of interesting when you watch that Virginia highlight tape. And then the Patrick McMorris kid, the safety out of California. Notice how they go west for a lot of safeties. They're scouts who are out west. I don't know, but they come back and, hey, I got a new safety for you. Because they love it, bro. They love it. All right, folks. We shall see you in a few minutes after the Dolphins make their final selection in the 7th round. And hopefully we'll also have more reports from some of the guys on the last 2 picks. See you in a few.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.